So glad you were with us tonight. Carrie Brinton is an accomplished entrepreneur. She founded 2 businesses in the medical aesthetics industry right here in Utah.
She is also a married mother of 4 children. She sat down with Shauna Lake person to person to talk about how she juggles it all.
Carrie says she knew she wanted to be in business since she was just a young girl, and she worked toward that goal her entire life. And even though owning several businesses and being a mother can be a challenge, she tells me you really can have it all. The thing I'm most interested in is how you juggle, your 4 kids and this giant career of yours. Like, do you find it challenging?
Yeah, I do. And as a matter of fact, I think it's more challenging now that my kids are a little bit older. Even though our businesses are more established and I don't have as many day-to-day responsibilities, it's challenging because, my kids are 10, 11, 12, and 14, and they need mom home.
As a little girl, were you super ambitious? Did you always know you wanted to be a businesswoman?
As a little girl, I remember telling my dad that I wanted to have a build your own pizza place. That was my first business idea, and I have no idea why that idea popped into my head, but that's what I wanted. So ever since I was young, I knew I wanted to do my own thing.
So you had all that ambition within, though, and when you said that to your dad, what did he say back?
You know what? I was blessed with amazing parents, and I was blessed with a dad that told me every day, and still, even as a 4-year-old woman, tells me every time he talks to me how proud he is of me, how impressed he is by me. He is just one of those parents that only sees the good and somehow doesn't see any of the bad.
So you go to BYU, you work in corporate America, you decide that maybe I overestimated what that would be like.
I don't regret it for 1 minute because the experience that it gave me absolutely has shaped me as a business person. I still look back at those opportunities and the things I learned. I'm not a competitive person, and I don't like the finagling that goes into kind of the corporate role to get you to the next place. I would much rather just be able to drive my own success and control my own future. And if I'm doing the very, very best and exceeding, then naturally you're going to move to the top.
Biggest failure, business-wise?
I mean, I can't honestly think of a huge financial failure. Lots of little failures, lots of mistakes, lots of bad decisions. But yeah, I think you always have that feeling of, did I let this person down? Did I not give enough to business? Did I not give enough to mommy? Did I not give enough socially to my church? I kind of think that's the nature of women, though, whether you're running a business or not. I think we're really hard on ourselves.
Best part of being a business owner and worst part?
My favorite thing about being a business owner is that we get to create opportunity for people. As a spa owner, we get to create opportunities for women to feel beautiful and amazing and confident. And I love that about the spa industry. As a business owner, I get to create opportunities for my employees to create careers. And I love that I get to create opportunities for them where they can be a mom and a career person at the same time. I love that. At this point in my career, there's no worst part. It's good. But in the early days, the worst part is probably the obvious one. There's no one to give you a paycheck. There is no one to pay the bills. There is no one to take that load off. There's no one. It's you and your team that you've created, and so that can be really scary.
Is there a quote that has carried you through?
I believe it was Abraham Lincoln, hopefully I'm not getting that wrong, said the best way to predict your future is to go out and create it.
Utah is a state, I read this story every year, where women make 70% of what a man makes. You know that you're only going to make 70% of what a man makes based on statistics and news. What do you say to that little girl who's a 6th grader, or who you were back then, and maybe doesn't know that she can get out there and do what you've done?
You do not have to be constrained by that, I guess is the way I feel. And so what I would tell them is, you know what? Be that person that makes 120% of what your male counterpart makes. Don't accept 70%. Don't believe that's where you're going to end up. Don't believe that that's okay. It goes back to that, make your own future. If you deserve something and you know you deserve it and you know you can bring it, then go get it. Go negotiate that raise. Go make sure you get that promotion. I don't feel like there's anything that a man can do that a woman can't also do.
I wholly agree. And Carrie, so nice to get to know you better person to person. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me, Shauna. It was really fun.
So fun to get to know know her a little bit more. Person to Person, of course, every Sunday night right here on 2 News and 10.
And